Welcome to episode 80. Today we'll be talking about the Muppet Show coming to Disney Plus. No K2SO. Nova coming to the MCU and more. You are watching the Castles, Capes, and Clones podcast, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe, from Pixar to Star Wars, from Marvel to Disney, from ABC to the Muppets. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post. Hi, everybody. I'm Loren, and I'm here with my cousin and co-pilot, Rich.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm just waiting for the next episode of WandaVision.
Yeah.
I can't believe it is tonight.
From what I heard, this is the episode that
heard
is where everything kind of opens up.
Yeah, I heard that it's still lots of questions, but this is like the biggie.
I'm assuming it means like the outside world is introduced, and I think that's what it's weird because like a lot of people don't get it, and they're like, but since a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but I guess like there's some screenings that went on that they showed 3 episodes instead of the first 2, and a lot of people are like, stick with the 3rd episode. That's when everything kind of like starts to not unravel,
fall into place,
and you the overall story gets revealed.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I really love the series. It's interesting. People either find it confusing or they love it. It's one or the other. And I love it. I can't wait for the next one.
Yes. There's some weird criticisms, like from even people that I respect, are like they just want it. It's almost like they're too like they forget it's a show. I'm like they want to get to the
action right away.
I'm like, yeah, like that works in a 2-hour show, in a 2-hour movie, sure, but this is a 9-episode thing. So I feel like once this episode comes out, or like more of what's going on is revealed, they'll look back and realize that. I mean, even our deep dive, like I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we missed, but they're so full of probably hints and clues and callbacks and foreshadowing and whatever that it's still I don't think we've hit everything that's hidden inside those first 2 episodes.
Once the series ends, I'm gonna watch them all again and go, oh, okay, and see how everything matches up. I just love the mystery of it all. It's very interesting.
It's just torturous because then you got to wait a week.
Right. I know, exactly. But again, it makes for good water cooler talk.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on to it. We start our news from within the castle gates, highlighting Disney news. So we had talked about a couple of people up for SME. What's his name?
Nick Offerman.
And I forget his name.
Is it George something?
Anyway, they were up for SME, but I guess apparently Jim Gaffigan got the role.
which again, that was kind of like out there. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Though I can see it.
I could totally see Jim Gaffigan as SME.
Probably more than I can see Nick Offerman, but only because Nick Offerman is tied to such a iconic character.
Yeah.
Where Jim Gaffigan is more tied to Jim Gaffigan. But yeah, I can see him as a piratey sidekick guy.
Yeah, I can totally feel that's me. So I'm looking for. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. There's just been so many versions of Peter Pan, so I'm just curious to see what they're going to do new in this particular version, or if they're going to stick closer to the animated, which would be nice.
Well, yeah.
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 Yeah, who knows? All right. Well, the Hall of Presidents in the Magic Kingdom is closed for refurbishment as they add President Biden to the attraction. Bum, bum, bum. You know, it's very interesting because when they had Trump, usually they have them do some kind of, speech. They use some kind of speech, and have them say it during the show. But they didn't with Trump. Like, I think he says a few words, but it's very short or whatever. And I remember when Obama was in it, I actually cried because I found the whole thing so inspiring, you know. And I remember I cried during when I saw him in the Hall of Presidents. So I'm looking forward to seeing Biden.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think last time I was there, we skipped it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite attractions at Magic Kingdom because we don't have it.
Yeah, we don't. We have Lincoln, but we don't have the full. And it is pretty impressive when you see the whole
thing.
Yeah,
like all these animatronics. It's kind of like the American Adventure, where when you go and watch that show, and there's so many moving animatronics. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like walking into the stormtrooper room in Rise of Resistance is like, it's like, wow, this is huge and impressive and whatever. I still think the Hall of Presidents is more impressive.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, because they all move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in a room full of stormtroopers, so they're all the same.
Yeah.
But even though, like, and this attraction is decades, I don't even know how old this attraction is, but it's still impressive for being however old it is.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see it again.
One of these days.
One of these days we'll see it again. Yeah. But yeah, I love Hall of Presidents, Carousel of Progress, and People Mover. Those are my three favorites at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, we made sure definitely last time we were there to do People Mover and
Carousel of Progress.
Yeah, Carousel of Progress. We don't have that here anymore.
Yeah. All right. Well, a collection of 10 mini short featurettes. A collection of 10 mini short feature characters from Pixar favorites like Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Cars, The Incredibles, and actually in Seoul, in an all-new bite-sized stories called Pixar Popcorn, which will start streaming on January 22nd on on Disney Plus, which is tomorrow. Or actually, they'll probably come out tonight. So
at the same time that WandaVision is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what these are. I kind of wish that they had done some other Pixar characters like WALL-E or Ratatouille.
One of them was Ratatouille.
Is it? Maybe there is.
I mean, there's 10.
Yeah, true.
But I remember seeing like thumbnails or whatever you want to call them. I thought it was one of them.
Maybe there is. Or Inside Out. I would have loved Inside Out. Up. Or do they have one for Up for Doug? I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there are repeats in that list.
Yeah, there probably is.
I mean, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Cars, Incredibles, Up, WALL-E, probably in there somewhere.
Soul, I know, is one.
Right.
Yeah. I'm excited to see them.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I wish they did these before. I don't know, like, because I've done some things like these, like in like Monsters Inc. have done like small things. Incredibles have done it, but I do. If anything, I would say I wish. Not to say I wish they didn't do Toy Story or whatever, because I feel like Toy Story and Cars,
or like,
they've done small little things already and keep doing them. I think some of the other films and the Pixar universe could use a little bit more love. So
that's what I was. That's really what I was trying to get at, was that, you know, there's a lot of Toy Story, a lot of Cars, and I'd love to see other things get to shine.
Right. You know, like, I feel like Toy Story. I feel like Toy Story and Cars, I feel get a lot. I mean, like, Forky has his own series, so like that's Toy Story.
Yeah.
Based. Mater has a whole bunch of his stuff, so it's like, do we really need another Toy Story short?
Yeah. And I mean, I get it, because Toy Story is kind of like the Mickey Mouse of Pixar. So it's their kind of big thing that launched them. And
I mean, it is that is Pixar, like that's their identity is so tied to Toy Story, I think.
Right.
So I get it. It's just, I wish.
Yeah, I'd like to see like more. You know, do a Merida one, or whatever. I'm blanking on some of the other. Bugs Life. Yeah.
I feel like Bugs Life is kind of underrated.
Yeah, it came after Toy Story, and it's got that old animation style. Like, if you watch it, looks very like old 3D animation. But it's got a nice story. I like I like A Bug's Life. I liked when they had a Bug's Land at California Adventure.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I wish they didn't have to sacrifice it for Marvel's Avengers Campus.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I'm totally for Avengers Campus.
Yeah, like I'm don't get me wrong, like I'm all for Avengers Campus. I just wish they could have both.
Yeah, I wish that they found another place for Avengers Campus.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, here's an exciting piece of news. The Muppet Show is finally coming to Disney Plus, and will start airing on February 19th. And I'm loving it.
I'm hoping that it like really reinvigorates the Muppets and that sense of humor that they had back then.
Yeah.
And bring back the Muppets in a way that reinvokes that. Instead of trying to reinvent them, like, just make them do what they do best.
Right.
You know, that's the only thing I hope. Because as much as, you know, I love the Muppets, I think they haven't been able to find a platform or show idea that makes it really work the way I think the Muppet Show did and Muppet Babies did. The original Muppet Babies did.
Muppet Babies.
Yeah, because even the new Muppet Babies, I'm like,
The new Muppet Babies is kind of saccharine. I mean, you know, it's for Disney. It's a Disney Junior. Whereas the Muppet Babies was kind of
Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
And meant for all audiences of the Saturday morning cartoon brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a little more subversive stuff in that, which is that's what the Muppets are about, is that they have this subversive humor that adults get, but still entertain kids.
Yeah.
You know, and I think with the ABC Muppet Show that they had subversive humor, but it was a lot of stuff that only adults would get.
Yeah.
And I think that, or was maybe appropriate for adults and not for kids. And I think that's where they went wrong, was they went too over the subversive line.
Yeah.
And they just need to find their happy medium.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. I'm hoping rewatching the Muppet Show can remind people of what the Muppets were and can be still.
Because I think that they are going to come out with a new show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, like, they're still very much around. So they just need to find something that makes them like reinvigorate that franchise, I think.
Yeah.
Like even the movies where the newer movies, I feel like we're still missing the children factor of it. Like kids don't.
Old movies or the new?
No, the new movies. Like it's nostalgic, sure, but it's nostalgic to adults, but they weren't aimed at kids. And so I think that's what it needs to do, is make sure that, remember that it is still a kid's show.
It's a family show.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, like people like through family, but then I feel like people keep thinking that it still needs to cater to adults more and have silly things for kids. But it's not really about being silly. It's just treating children as their audience seriously. Not like serious, like have to be a serious story, but like don't patronize the children. Like they can handle entertainment without it having to be silly humor, like like that people think only kids will like. So
All right. Well, a statue of Walt Disney has been included on the National Garden of American Heroes list. And there are a lot of different pop icons and things like that are going into this garden. I don't know where it's supposed to go, but they haven't built it yet, but Walt Disney is on the list. And it sounds like it'll be a nice place to visit once they get it done.
Yeah. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know much about it outside of that he's included on it. And I will say that it was Trump who put him on the list. And so that is my one nice thing that I'll say.
Nice.
Yes. So anyway.
There you go.
All right. So Disney scored 23 Critics' Choice Award television nominations. And let's see. I'll just go through a few of these. The Mandalorian has been nominated for Best Drama Series, and Hamilton for Best Movie Made for Television. And then there have been things for Hulu, 10/15 and Rami for Best Comedy Series. Let's see. Best Actor in a Comedy Series, Nicholas Hoult from The Great, and Rami Youssef from Rami. Both of those are really good shows. Then Normal People picked up nomination for Best Limited Series, Best Actor in a Limited Series or Movie Made for Television, Best Actress in a Limited Series or Movie Made for Television. I haven't seen Normal People. And then for FX, Better Things and What We Do in the Shadows got Best Comedy Series.
What We Do?
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
and better things. What We Do in the Shadows also got Best Actress in Comedy Series, Best Actor in a Comedy Series, Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. I love What We Do in the Shadows. And then Mrs. America, another great limited series, got Best Limited Series, Best Actress in a Limited Series, movie made for television. God, these titles are so crazy. Best Supporting Actress in a Limited Series or movie made for television. So those are the awards that Disney are nominated for the Critics' Choice Awards. Very cool.
Nice.
Anything stand out to you?
Not really.
Yeah.
Like the ones I know of, seem pretty much like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right on trajectory.
Yeah.
I think it's great that The Mandalorian has been nominated for Best Drama Series.
I feel like it was also nominated last year as well.
No, it was nominated for another awards show.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but this one is Critics' Choice. The other one was something else. I think it was the Emmys. Yeah, I think it was the Emmys. So anyway, the point is it's great to see The Mandalorian getting kind of more what is that called? What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
when it's like the regular kind of thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. I'm just glad that it's getting the accolades that it deserves.
Getting more than just technical.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's getting actual categories that, big categories. So
I think you want to say more of the artistic-y ones, because no means want to say any of the tech things are not big awards for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to get the tech awards, but at the same time, it would be nice to be honored for something, overall, representing the whole series overall and all the acting that's been done in it, and the whole combination of everything. So, anyway, it's a good times. All right, so now we go on to Clone Cantina for our Star Wars news. Season 3 of The Mandalorian could start filming this August, which is interesting because isn't it supposed to be out next? Oh wait, no, okay, it's supposed to be out next year, right? Next year or this year?
Next year. No. Oh yeah, next year.
So 2022. Okay.
Book of Boba Fett is 2021.
Oh,
Season 3 of Mandalorian is not going to be a 2021 series.
Oh God, why kill us? Why kill us?
That's why,
And everybody I know is asking me, is there going to be a season 3 of
yes, there's a season 3. It's not going to be
this year.
It's going to be the fall, or I guess I don't know, because it's coming out in December. The Book of Boba Fett is that time slot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that means probably the earlier Star Wars one is Andor.
Yeah.
And then Book of Boba Fett, and then probably Obi-Wan, and then probably season 3 of Mandalorian. And I don't know when Ahsoka and New Republic.
Probably not until after Mandalorian season 3.
I mean, it really depends on what the interweaving story is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Pedro Pascal was interviewed recently, and he said he knows what's going to happen, and the story's going to take us to places we're not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that but pretty much all these shows are going to intertwine with each other and then lead up to one epic event. So it really also depends on what the story is and where the Mandalorian season 3 fits in to that story. Because he said there's going to be some time changes, and we're also going to explore different eras of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see, like I said, Book of Boba Fett, and then who knows, like maybe we'll see Ahsoka or the Republic thing before season 3 of Mandalorian, or
interesting.
Or I mean, it really depends also what they want to do with time. Like, do they want 2 shows at once going on?
Right.
Or are they gonna have it all separate? Are they gonna and how close to each other are they going to release these things? Like, are they gonna go like a month in between kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
And also, this is also entwined with the release of Marvel shows. So
yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Marvel has so many shows. Star Wars has so many shows that they have lined up. At one point, we're going to be watching 2 to 3 different shows at the same time.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
because we're going to have to.
Yeah,
and I think, I think a lot of people are kind of looking at this like movies, where they don't want to have a Marvel movie and a Star Wars movie out at the same time. But TV is a different medium. You can have both shows go on at once.
Yeah.
It's like no one's gonna say, well, I watched the Marvel show, so I guess I'm not gonna watch the Star Wars show.
The Star Wars show. Yeah, exactly.
Like, maybe someone will be more like, I'm gonna watch the Marvel show today first, and then this weekend I'll watch the Star Wars one. Like, that might be the thing, but it's not, because box office is based a lot about the opening weekend, so they never like to overlap opening weekends. And so I think it's still, because it's Star Wars, because it's Marvel, people have that cinematic universe movie mentality about release dates.
Yeah.
I think they're going to release things, especially with Star Wars, when they need to release it to tell that story.
Yeah. And Disney is going to want to have people just binging things all the time, or watching weekly all the time, to keep people on Disney Plus. So what their plan is to do that, to have so many series out at one time. And it was just a matter of time before it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. So, all right. Well, neither K2SO or Bodhi Rook will appear in Andor at first. It says both Alan Tudyk, who plays K2SO, and Riz Ahmed, who plays Bodhi Rook.
Though, I guess to clarify, Riz Ahmed says Bodhi's not going to be in it, but what's funny about when he talks about it, it's the same kind of way that Qui-Gon, Liam Neeson talks about Qui-Gon Jinn. He's like, I haven't heard about that.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, it could be all of these people are deflecting.
Yeah.
I need more K2SO.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are like, how do you not have the breakout character of that? I'm like, well, wouldn't it mean more to see Andor without K2SO and then see the actual meeting of K2SO and Andor once you've gotten to know Andor? and then maybe season 2. Because it sounds like this is just like not a one season show. So
Right.
I feel like they've never said that this is like one and done like Obi-Wan probably is. So I'm actually I'm in favor of this. Like, we know he's going to be in it at some point.
Yeah, he's got to be in it.
He was there when they announced it and whatever. So it's not like it was a question. But having him not in the first season kind of makes sense because you want to establish Cassian Andor as a character. You know, his whole journey that we saw at the end is this guy who is part of the Rebel Alliance, but he's done questionable things in the name of that cause. And I think seeing him go through all that first, like dealing with that, and maybe like the moral dilemmas he's going to face as just him, helps develop that character, and then, you know, bring in K2SO to help maybe who knows, steer him down the writer path, or take him further, because it is an Imperial droid still.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm just excited to see what they come up with when they do.
Yeah. In terms of Bodhi Rook, like, I don't think the one thing about that where I'm like, maybe he won't be in that is because he doesn't cross paths with Cassian Andor until Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
But there still is the underlying story of this guy who was convinced to defect from the Empire by Galen Erso. So that might play a part in it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe there's a part where they don't necessarily intersect, but you know, we learn more about Bodhi Rook.
Yeah. So
there's so much that they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. All right. Well, Jason Isaacs would be up for reprising his role as Grand Inquisitor in live action. That would be pretty cool.
Like I forgot that he voiced the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels.
I know, me too.
And that's such a good character. You know, and obviously, like, spoilers, he only last season 1 in Rebels. So where he would fit in would be, he's around in the time of Andor. He's around in the time of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because, you know, his story is that he is a former Jedi temple guard. That, you know, in the canon story, like, Vader's Inquisitors come from the Jedi. Like, they are ex-Jedi. And he is... It would be interesting to see how his character went from a protector of the Jedi to, you know, Darth Vader's #1 Inquisitor.
That would be really interesting.
Right? Because it was one of my favorite moments in Rebels is when Ahsoka, Ezra, and Kanan are kind of in the Jedi Temple having their own Force visions, and Kanan getting the rank of Jedi Knight. And then it reveals that the Grand Inquisitor was a Jedi. So I think that's an interesting story there. The fall of some of the other Jedi in a different way. Like, they were either already had the dark side kind of in them, and then this Vader and the Emperor brought it out, or somehow they were kind of complacent or complicit, and there's like, for survival's sake, they joined Vader.
Yeah, it could be.
So it'll be
That
interesting
would
to see.
make it actually a really interesting limited series.
Yeah. So who knows? Again, it's one of those things that's like, sure, I'd like to do it. Like his interview kind of ended with like, he admitted he said, yeah, I'm being a little bit cagey about this question because you never know. Because you never know.
Yeah, you never. I mean, we really do not know who they're going to put out in live action these days. I mean, had you told me that Ahsoka would be getting her own series last year, I would have been probably not yet.
Right.
But now we're seeing series up the wazoo, and it is fantastic.
Yeah, it's come to the point where who knows what we're going to get. The Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I would still love a Max Rebo and his band show.
You never know. It could happen. It could happen. So
post Jedi, and it's just them trying to figure out where to gig next. They're like, we couldn't go on the barge. Oh, good thing we didn't go on the barge.
Right.
What are we going to do? Oh my god, I would love if they showed up in the Book of Boba Fett, and we're just like, I guess can we play?
Right.
Play the palace again. Like we're just musicians.
Yeah. I mean, that would be awesome if they brought them back.
Yeah.
They should bring them back.
That would be amazing. I mean, we saw Nice Noodles in Clone Wars. No, not Clone Wars. Yeah, in Clone Wars. So, I mean, that takes place before, but like, you already had her in a different medium. Might as well bring her back. But like the original, bring that original Return of the Jedi version back, was just those guys.
Yeah.
Droopy McCool, Max Rebo, it's Nice Noodles.
Droopy McCool. I forgot that. Oh my god, I forgot that name.
Yeah. I did not, because I did the Topps digital Star Wars trading card thing, and we kept getting Droopy McCool.
That's so funny.
Droopy McCool again.
Yeah, that's so fun. All right. Well, now we try on our capes to cows for Marvel news. Space Factor actress Ginger Gonzaga. What did I say?
Factor.
I don't know where I'm coming up with these words. Space Force actress Ginger Gonzaga joins Marvel's She-Hulk. And I haven't seen Space Force, but I know that Ginger Gonzaga is Filipino American.
Is Space Force the Netflix one?
Yeah.
With that's a Steve Carell one? Or is that I feel like there's two shows about Space Force.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I'm so behind on Netflix shows.
Yeah.
That I mean, I still need to see the 4th season of Sabrina and this Bridgerton everybody is talking about.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that we took. So I guess apparently I have to put this on my list as well. Space Force. I kind of put it on here because she's Filipino American, and I wanted to give a shout out to her. Woohoo!
It is She-Hulk casting news, so there's always that.
Yes, and it's She-Hulk casting news. That's the other piece of but we don't know who she's going to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too as familiar with She-Hulk's immediate universe to know what characters could be in this show.
Yeah, she doesn't have like a big supporting cast. Like she has used Jessica Jones and Patsy Walker, Hellcat. She's friends with her as well. That would be interesting to see if they bring Patsy Walker from
I feel like
the Defenders universe.
I really, I mean, like, there's another news thing about that universe, the Netflix Marvel show universe. I really do hope that they are incorporating them into this world because they fit. Like, like everything said and done, it's supposed to take place in this universe. They reference events in the cinematic universe, so it does exist. And I think all the casting is pretty spot on. And they do have a lot of talent in those shows, so I would hope that they can bring them into this world properly and actually have them incorporated, so it does feel like those shows did take place within this universe. In more ways than just mentioning the event or whatever they call it, the New York event thing. So
especially because those characters are so important in the Marvel universe. Because you got Power Man and Iron Fist, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I guess. You got Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Throw in Misty Knight, Elektra,
and Colleen Wing,
or even like Kingpin.
The Punisher. Kingpin.
The Punisher plays a big role in the Marvel universe. Man, especially if we get mutants.
If what?
If we get the mutants. Like Punisher, like basically every single Wolverine team up we can think of.
There's so much that they could do. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, or who I would want to see Deadpool and Punisher together.
I would too.
Yeah. So much you can do.
So much we can do. All right, Matt Damon is joining Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, Matt Damon is what am I trying to say? Stranger, thank you. I was like, he's no secret? No, that's not it. He's no stranger to Thor. It's in Ragnarok. He played Loki in the play.
The play within the movie.
I'm hoping that whatever he is in Love and Thunder, that he is that person.
Guy.
Yeah, that guy. I think that would be awesome. I think
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
What if they need like Loki for something, but Loki is dead at this point. They're just like they need a stand-in, so just play him again.
I think that would be awesome.
Who was Thor? Who played Thor?
It was the other brother.
The other Hemsworth?
Not Liam Hemsworth, but
the other one. The other one.
Yeah, the other one.
And then what's his name? Oh my god. The guy who played Odin. The guy from Jurassic Park.
Sam. Is it Sam Shepard? No.
Not Sam Shepard.
Not Sam Shepard. It's it's gonna bother me now.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Sam Neill?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam Neill.
This doesn't have they're just actors.
Yeah.
And have it do something. Or just what if they just reprise their roles and they're just watching another play somewhere.
Yeah.
So that would be awesome fun. If they needed them to actually be the roles.
Spring into action. Yeah. to be the new Warriors 3. That would be funny.
Oh my God! What if it was like because they're actors, then they have to play the Warriors
3. That would be funny.
Oh my God!
That would be funny. I could see Matt Damon as Fondral.
And then Lady Sif is just like, what?
Yeah. I'm all for that.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what. Like, I hope it is that they just brought him in. He's not playing another character. That he is playing that character, the actor, the local actor. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ethan Hawke is joining Marvel's Moon Knight and will be playing the villain. Now, I don't know what villain he's going to be playing, and I'm not as familiar with Moon Knight. I know, his origin and all of that. And that he looks super cool. But I don't know a lot about like his rogues gallery or anything like that.
I don't either.
Yeah. But yay for Ethan Hawke.
I like Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I do too. He doesn't get enough work, I think.
I think he's in big stuff. He's in stuff. I think like he's just been one of those actors who is more of a character actor.
Yeah, maybe.
And so he kind of gets lost. Because the last time I saw him was in I want to say the Magnificent Seven.
He was in Magnificent Seven?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was.
Yeah. With Star-Lord.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that was a really good movie. Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, and I love the original, but I actually like that version too. So.
Yeah.
And Kingpin was in it. I forgot that too.
I saw him in The Purge. He was in the first Purge movie.
Yeah. But
back when it was good.
Oh man. I just can't wait to see what all these characters look like.
Yeah. I'm especially Moon Knight, because he's got
that
mask over his
how they gonna pull that off?
Yeah.
Because it's easy in a comic book to do that because you just draw it and there it is. But like, how do you translate that into a real life look?
Are they going to animate the eyes like they did with Spider-Man? I mean, do they have the budget for that? I don't know. It's all going to be very
right. And like, I'm really curious how She-Hulk's going to look.
Me too.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Right. Because I feel like Tatiana Maslany is not like a big person.
No.
In stature. So, but She-Hulk is. So.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. Are they going to CGI her?
Or are they going to Lou Ferrigno her somehow?
Yeah.
And who is that?
Right.
So.
Yeah. Or are they going to replace her with a different actress that's bigger?
Yeah. Or I mean. Mark Ruffalo is still Hulk, and they just CGI'd him into everything.
Yeah,
but I feel like the Hulk is like a huge transformation for Bruce Banner. Whereas She-Hulk it looks like she
gets taller and buffer.
And buffer, right?
Yeah,
she's less monstery than the Hulk. So
yeah.
I'd be curious to see how they do that.
I know
what the effect is and whatever. And if it's gonna be like kind of like I don't know, like the old She-Hulk comic, but like isn't she like normally that's her all the time?
Right? Yeah, usually she's in her She-Hulk form.
Yeah.
So that'll be another interesting thing, how will what's her name? Tatiana
Maslany.
Feel about being mostly She-Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, is it going to be kind of like how when you see, Mark Ruffalo and Josh Brolin in the making of, they're just in those suits, but they're on set and whatever, so they're doing all that stuff, but they're not in like costume. Well, they're in like mocap costume, but they're not like dressed as like Josh Brolin was not going around looking like Thanos. It's a dude in that weird gray bodysuit thing,
right?
With cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Because we've seen bits and pieces already of Ms. Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we've seen her powers yet, right? In those like really small clips they've shown.
No, it's just her as Kamala Khan.
Yeah, but I mean, we get the look.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we haven't seen her in costume yet either. So I'm excited. I guess I'm so excited for all these shows.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, these are all going to be coming out sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And God, so good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kevin Feige has teased Nova and his MCU debut. He was talking about taking us to the far-flung corners where the Nova Corps and Nova exist, and so it kind of answered a lot of people's questions as to whether we would see Nova or not. He's such an important part of the cosmic universe that if they plan to go more cosmic, it would only make sense that he would be there.
Yeah, like, the thing I thought that was the only thing that I think that's really weird about the cinematic universe is like the end of certain things, like the demise of the Warriors 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the destruction of Xandar.
Yeah.
Right? And like, I would imagine the Nova Corps was there for the most part. So this is mean like there's just like, I mean, obviously the Nova Corps is not just located in one place. So, but I would feel like that's a major part, and like a majority of them were somehow involved in the destruction with Thanos or whatever. So I wonder like how these guys play. Like, are they like rogue? Just like, well, we have no home base, so to speak.
Right.
Like, what are they doing? Are they trying to keep or reform somewhere else, or you know what I mean? Like, what is his deal at this point?
Well, that's why I'm wondering if they're going to go with Sam Alexander rather than Richard Rider, where Sam Alexander had the last helmet that contained all the knowledge of Xandar in it, and he eventually I don't know the exact details as to how the Nova Corps came back from it, but they came back.
That's probably what they're gonna do.
Yeah, because Sam Alexander is the big one that they push in the comics. Yeah, even though Richard Rider still exists.
Right.
But who knows? It's going to be really, really curious.
Which Nova was in the cartoon, the Spider-Man cartoon?
That was Sam Alexander.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Then probably.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember being surprised that they were going with Scott Lang instead of Hank Pym.
Yeah.
As Ant-Man. So.
Right.
But I am glad they still include Hank Pym.
Yeah, I think the way that they did it was really smart.
Yeah. And Janet, and I was looking forward to that too.
Yeah. And who knows? They may have younger Avengers of Ant-Man and the Wasp. They could do it. They could do a whole TV show about it. That would be awesome.
It would.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have to recast because they couldn't just de-age two of them, for the entire series, but it would be really cool.
But it would be kind of cool to see something where that age of Shield with Hank and Janet and Agent Carter is still around, obviously. So, yeah. I feel like Agent Shield. What's it called? Agent Carter didn't get the play it needed.
No.
And I think if they waited until this era and they had Agent Carter as a Disney Plus show,
I think it would
basically be like you have the Agents of Shield, which is like the modern Shield, but then like this as like this is really the beginning of Shield, and or not the beginning, but like the Hank Pym era is where they are Shield, and but it's like an earlier time. So
that's what Agent Carter should have led up to, was the creation of Shield, or and it never. I mean, it had a great cast. And I just wish that it had kind of like concluded in a better way.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said, that's why
I liked it overall. But I would have loved to have seen it in this era of television making.
Yeah.
Where they're going to throw a little more budget at these series.
Yeah. Because obviously Peggy Carter is a big character in the MCU as is. And I think and Shield as well. And I think it would have been cool to see her as like the head of Shield, and then have to deal with the likes of Hank Pym being involved, and older Tony Stark, or not Tony Stark, Howard Stark, in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, that would have been cool to. That's why I would love to see like a Ant-Man and the Wasp series where we can see
Hank Pym
older,
and Janet.
Yeah, exactly, and Agent Carter and older Howard Stark. Yeah, I think
deal with 80s 80s Hydra.
Yeah, 80s Hydra.
Like bringing Bob.
One guy who was involved in Shield that Hank punched in the nose. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Oh, that shady guy?
Yeah. That would be kind of cool to see, his development and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I can see like the drama and like the mistrust between Howard Stark and Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Different philosophies on science and whatever.
I say, do it, Marvel. Listen to me.
Yep. Let's do this.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, photos from the newly resumed Spider-Man 3 filming has surfaced indicating a winter setting. And it's rumored that Charlie Cox, who is Daredevil in the Defenders universe, who is yet to be confirmed, has finished filming his scenes. Woo.
Yeah. What's funny is like the set photos that they show is from like this pastry shop called Peter Pan's Donuts and Pastries.
Yes, I saw that. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, Peter Pan. Is that really a coincidence, or like because we were just talking about Peter Pan, and it's going to be a new one of their new Disney films, live action, whatever. And also, Peter Parker. But it's almost like I can see it because Homecoming was like a fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Far From Home was like summer.
Yeah.
And so now we're in winter.
Yeah. Why not?
And it kind of makes sense. Like, fall is kind of like almost like the, I don't know, like establishing season. And then summer is like the fun season. But now that, we're dealing with a Spider-Man and Peter Parker whose identity has been revealed to the world and is probably bleak. So winter for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And his amazing friends.
It just seems like so much is going to happen in Spider-Man 3.
Well, it's like it's now being kind of like heralded as like the middle chapter of this multiverse story, with WandaVision being the first part, then Spider-Man, and then culminating in Doctor Strange. Which I'm so excited. Like, that's a weird, like, it's like tonight, like, early morning. Like, I'm really excited to see what this episode of WandaVision is.
Me too.
Like, I just want to know.
Yeah. And they're going into the 70s, and she's going to be preggers, or she was preggers at the end of thing, but she's going to be really pregnant in the 70s episode. And
is this to be the one where they're dressed up in their costumes?
It's either this one or the 80s.
I feel like it feels like a 70s thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that I think we're gonna see Randall Park and Kat Dennings in this one.
And I think we're gonna see more Monica Rambeau, because in the trailer, when you look at her outfit when she's like shot out of the out of the realm, she's dressed in 70s, a 70s outfit. So I'm really curious to see if we're going to see this in this episode.
Nice.
I just can't wait.
I know. Like yeah. I mean, like I'm already hooked. Like, it's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad it's so layered.
Me too.
I get like what some people say that, you kind of have to, like, someone who just started watching this show out of nowhere would probably not understand what's going on. But you got to understand, like, Marvel is not, it's basing everything on the fact that you've seen the Marvel movies, that you've kind of like, you're invested in this overall story. And I think that's what they're aiming for. So they're not really aiming for a new audience. For people are like, well, if you're a new audience member, you're not going to know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, but that's not what their goal is. Their goal is not to establish a fandom to Marvel with WandaVision. This is part of this all-encompassing story. Right. So, I mean, like, it's the cinematic universe is the comics brought to life, but it's still comics. And like, you got to think of all these shows as different issues and whatever. And sometimes there's a issue where you're like, I have no clue what's going on, but it's part of a big story. And so it's what you go like, this is weird. I wonder what's going on. I had to look at the issues beforehand and see what's going on to catch up, blah, 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 blah. So
I never understand why people want to know everything at the very beginning of a show.
I'm like, don't you want a little bit of like like unraveling and not just like blah, and here it is.
Right, exactly. So there's so much to like interpret in the actual shows itself. It's nuts. All right. Well, we have come to the end of our show. So please be sure to like this post and comment below, like, what was your favorite story of the day? let us know in the comments below. Be sure to share our posts with your family and friends. We'd love for them to find out about us. Subscribe to our channel if you aren't already, and do hit the bell for notifications. You can always reach us at podcast@castlescapesandclones.com. Leave us your feedback, good or bad. We'd love to hear from you. And you can reach me personally on Twitter at LoJav and on Instagram at Loren Javier. How about you, Rich?
I am on both Twitter and Instagram at R2Romasanta.
Okay. Well, the opinions expressed on today's podcast are solely our own and do not represent the Walt Disney Company, its subsidiaries, or assets. And thank you so much for joining us. We will see you later. Bye.
Yep. Catch you on the flip side.